I'd like to introduce David Pottier, our next state senator.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks so much. Bill, thank you so very, very much. I thank all you folks for coming out here today on a beautiful February day here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. My name is David Pottier. I'm hoping to be your next state senator for the 1st Plymouth and Bristol district. I had the good fortune of going to an event that Governor Patrick spoke at just about 2 weeks ago, and he was going on and on and on about what a great job he and the legislature were doing together, of all the programs that they were instituting, about how things were just going swimmingly. And I thought that was great. I really wish I lived in that state. Unfortunately, the state I'm living in has 10% unemployment. Unfortunately, the state I'm living in has 20% of the folks who are either unemployed, underemployed, or really just gave up even trying to find a job. The state I'm living in is full of people struggling to make ends meet, wondering what they're going to do this month. Do they pay their mortgage? Do they put food on the table for their kids? Or do they pay their electric bills? The state I'm living in is one that we have bloated budgets, unfunded mandates, and really no plans for the future other than tax and spend, tax and spend, tax and spend. Here in Bridgewater, I have to tell any of you folks, you have some wonderful, wonderful businesses. You have some wonderful opportunities. However, kind of like in the best of times and the worst of times, you also have the prison and the college, which the state doesn't fund anywhere near what you folks here in Bridgewater should be getting to help keep your roads improvement, police and fire fully funded and staffed, and to help with the schools and the infrastructure needs that you have here in the community. That's something that I'm going to hope to attack when I get there in Beacon Hill. Again, I'm going to be running a positive campaign. We're going to be debating both our ideas and our ideals. We're going to be talking about where we want the Commonwealth to go. I have a really positive record for the city of Taunton. My opponent has a 20-year record on Beacon Hill, and we'll see where the public is going to be this November. For the very longest time, people just weren't being heard on Beacon Hill, and people weren't being heard in Washington. But that all changed really starting about a month ago, where Scott Brown came from basically nowhere to really shocking the world. And this wasn't a Republican victory. This was a victory of like-minded Republicans, independents, and Democrats who banded together to finally say, enough is enough. We will be heard. We will have our concerns addressed, and we will hold you all accountable on Beacon Hill and in Washington. Folks, the motto of my campaign really is we the people. This isn't my campaign at all. This is your campaign. This is for the 250,000 people in the district who really need a voice on Beacon Hill, not just an echo. We the people have done amazing things as Americans. We've won 2 wars in Europe. We've fought for civil rights. And again, a month ago, 57% of us were heard to really shock the world and send Scott Brown to D.C. With your help and your support, God willing, we're going to shock the world again this November. Thank you so very, very much for coming out today, and I really appreciate seeing you out there on the campaign trail.
Hi, I'm Shauna O'Connell here with my good friend Dave Pottier and all his supporters. There are so many people here today to support Dave because he is such a great guy. Been our city councilor for 6 years now.
On our way to 6, yeah.
On his way to 6. Already been president of the city council. And I have known Dave for only about a year now, but I will tell you, he has made me feel like one of his best friends in that short time. Anytime I call Dave, he is there for me. Anytime I ask him to be somewhere, he is there. You can count on him to be responsible. He is a guy of integrity, honesty, and he is going to do a great job for us. He is here, of course, to announce his run against Mark Pacheco for state senate, and we're all very excited about that. I'm going to hand it over to Dave now so he can tell you all about it himself. Let's have a big hand for Dave.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. I am so very pleased on such a cold February day, on Valentine's Day, no less, to have so many friends and family members here. Old friends and new, family members from long ago, and I'm so very, very proud to see everyone here today. Some of you people might be from out of town. It is altogether appropriate that we are sitting here at this spot to launch this campaign. For over 235 years ago, a proud band of Massachusetts patriots stood on this spot to raise the very first flag ever raised in the colonies in opposition to the Crown of England. They came because they wanted to make a stand against tyranny. They wanted to make a stand that their voice was not being heard by government. They wanted to make a stand that they alone should say what was right for the people of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And again, that's why we're here today. Folks, about 10 days or so, I was in the presence of Deval Patrick and our Beacon Hill delegation. We had Senator Pacheco was there, Representative Fagan was there, Steve Canessa was there, Pat Haddad was there, and the governor spoke at length about how great things were in the Commonwealth, about how all the programs he was instituting, about how all the spending that he was doing, about how he was creating all these fabulous jobs for the community. That sounded all well and good, but I was just really wondering what state he was talking about. The Commonwealth that I know, and the Commonwealth that both myself and Sean are looking to represent, is a Commonwealth where we have 10% unemployment. The Commonwealth that I know, and the Commonwealth that I hope to represent, has 20% of people underemployed, unemployed, or just given up looking. The Commonwealth I know, folks, and I'm sure you know it as well, is one where we have countless numbers of families wondering how they're going to pay the mortgage this month, or how they're going to put food on the table, or how they're going to struggle to make ends meet on fixed income. That's the Commonwealth that I'm looking to represent, folks. You know, the motto of my campaign, as you can see in my signs, are "We the People." Because that's really what this is all about, we the people. We the people have done fabulous things. We took over the control of our government over 200 years ago. We won 2 world wars. We fought for civil rights for all Americans. And we the people, unfortunately, haven't been heard all that much lately. But we were heard loud and clear about a month or so ago with the election of Scott Brown. With your hope and support, they'll hear us again this November, folks. I'm so very proud to see Scott over there representing us in Washington. And some people are even criticizing both myself and other Republicans who are running, saying that we're looking to be the next Scott Brown to represent us in Beacon Hill. Well, folks, I'm not looking to be the next Senator Scott Brown, but with your hope and support, I'll be the first Senator David Pottier. Thanks so very, very much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. And thank you, folks, for your time. I really appreciate that. Is that all right? Yeah. Good. Thanks for coming. Is that all right? Thanks. Okay, folks, thank you so very much.